There we go. All right. So I'm going to come back here. So let's see myself. All right. Let's start by just standing up. We're going to lift our heels and go from side to side. You're just trying to move your body here. You don't have to take a step, but you want to move your feet. And then from here, we're going to take our, come to a stop. Now you're going to take your hands all the way up to the sky. Back here, maybe so you guys can see me. All right, you're going to bend into your knees. Put your belly on your thighs, but keep looking upright. Keep your back flat. Keep looking towards the front of the room. Sweep your hands back behind you so your palms are up to the sky and your thumbs are coming together. Now, it's like you're pushing through the mud. You're going to come all the way back up. All right, so just keep doing that. We're going to do it about 9 more times. We're going to do 10 times total. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. 1. All right, now we're going to come all the way up. Let your hands float down. Take your legs super wide here, as wide as you can on the mat. Take your hands up to the sky, and then you're going to bring your left hand to your right ankle, right hand up to the sky, and come back up. Now go the other way. Take your right hand to your left ankle, come back up. So we're doing our windmills here. You want to keep everything straight as you do these. Keep your legs straight, keep your arms straight, keep your back flat. You're starting to open up your legs, and we're working our core here as we come up and down. All right, let's do 3 more. 3, 3, 2, last one here. 1, and 1. All right, now come all the way up. Sweep your hands down, bring your feet together, right? And then from there, see if you can come up on to the balls of your feet. Lift your heels, and then just drop it down to a seated. So maybe you can just drop straight down. Maybe it works better if you cross your feet and come down. Maybe you gotta drop one knee at a time, right? But bring yourself down to seated. If you can not use your hands, don't use your hands. If you have to drop a hand, drop a hand. Right, now, let's do our scoops at first, just to warm up, because we're gonna do some complicated work with boat, right? So bring your feet to the top of your mat. Up nice and tall, like there's a string on top of your head, pulling you towards the ceiling. Reach your arms out long. Make fists with your hands, pull your elbows to your ribs. All right, so now you look like this. You're gonna tuck your chin to your chest, and you're gonna go halfway down, right? So we're keeping those elbows glued in. You want to feel that pull here, right through your belly. You want to get right to that place where now it kind of doesn't feel great to hang out right here. You want to come up or you want to go down. What we're going to do is come up, right? So as you come up, right now you've got your chin tucked, you're looking at your belly. You're going to push your belly to your thighs. Now take your chin up towards the sky so you're looking up at the horizon, right? And you're going to tuck your chin, go back down, right? So we're tucking the chin, looking at the belly on the way down, push the belly to the thighs, take the chin up on the way up. All right, so let's do that 10 more times. 10, 9. Elbows stay glued to the ribs the whole time. Make those fists. Just using your core. 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now come all the way up here. Hug around your shins for a second and tuck your chin and drive your forehead towards your knee. Let that release. Now we're gonna work here into a full boat, and then we're gonna add on, right? So from here, you're gonna take your arms out long, lift your feet up off the mat, hook your one foot over the other, right? I'm doing my, let's do the right foot. Do the right foot on top of the left at first, right? So you've got your feet together. Now, if you need to here, right, you can grab on behind your legs, right? But what we're gonna do, we're gonna roll all the way back. You're gonna come down to your back. You're gonna kick your legs straight up to the sky. You keep that little cross at your ankles, right? And then you're gonna kick your feet up to the ceiling. So it looks like this, right? Then from there, you're gonna bend your knees and pull it back into boat, all right? So you roll to your back, you kick your feet up, try to lift your hips up off the mat as your feet kick up towards the sky. If that lift with the hip doesn't happen, it's okay, right? Bend your knees, bring it back to boat. So we're gonna do that a bunch more times. We're gonna do it 15 times total, so we've got about 13 more to go. You can start to do them a little bit faster, right? So boom, boom. Right? But as we do these, we're gonna make it all the way up. If you need to, you can grab on to your legs. You can look like this, right? All right, so let's do 10 more right here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. 1. Now bring it all the way up. And again, see I move forward on my mat. That's okay. I'm gonna bring that down. Put your feet to the ground. Hug around your knees. Tuck your chin to your chest. Drive your forehead towards your knees. All right, now from here, you're gonna lift back into boat. So we gotta do that again with the other leg, right? So you're lifting up into your boat. This time you're hooking your left ankle on top of your right. Keep that hook in your ankles. Let yourself come all the way down. Take your legs up straight, kick them up to the sky. And then from there, bend back into them, pull it back into boat. Use your hands if you need to. Right? With or without the hands, we're gonna do 12 more here. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then come all the way up. Belly to thighs, wrap your hands around your shins, tuck your chin to your chest. All right, now from here, let's come around, drop your legs into a bound ankle, right? So that's gonna feel good after everything that we just did, right? You're gonna lean forward. Just for your breath, right? Now, come all the way, reach your hands out in front of you. We're gonna come all the way down to our back, trying to keep the soles of your feet together, all right? And now you're gonna take your arms all the way overhead. So your fingers are reaching towards the back of the room. See if you can lift your feet slightly up off the mat, right? Now, take your hands, reach them forward, let your head and shoulders peel up off the mat. Just reach between your legs, right? And then come back down with your upper body. So your feet are trying to stay floating the whole time as you lift up and down. All right, so we're gonna do 8 more here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now take your knees, hug them into your chest. We're gonna bring it all the way up here. All right? Now we're gonna come into a tabletop. So you're gonna roll to one side or the other. Bring it into this nice tabletop. You've got your shoulders over the wrists. your hips over the knees. Your knees are hip width distance apart, your hands are shoulder width distance apart, right? I'll come to the side first. Do it on the right side. All right, there we go. All right, so I just want you to take your right leg, extend it long behind you, press your toes through the mat, and then lift that right leg up to hip level. All right, bend into your knee, bring your heel to your glute, and then curl that knee in, touch it to your right elbow, and then send it long again. All right, so do that 3 more times. Bend into the knee, touch it to your right elbow. Send it all the way long at hip level, right? Keep your toes, your knees, your hips all pointed towards the ground when you extend that leg. So twice more here. Bend the knee, curl it in, extend it long. Bend the knee, curl it in, extend it long. Now from here, you're gonna bend into that right knee. You're gonna bring it across, touch your left elbow with your right knee, and then extend it long. My watch is starting to talk to me. I don't want to do that. All right, so do that 3 more times. Bend the knee, touch it to the left elbow, extend it long. Bend the knee, touch it to the left elbow, extend it long. 1 more time. Bend the knee, touch it to the left elbow, and extend it long. Now as you extend long here, now you're gonna keep that right leg extended long. Take your left hand, reach it forward. You want your left palm open towards the right. You want that left thumb up to the sky, pushing away from that with that right hand. So now we're in this full spinal balance. We're just gonna take 3 crunches here. So you're gonna bend into your left elbow, bend into your right knee, touch them together under your chest. Extend it all up. Do that twice more. Crunch, extend, crunch, extend. Now you still got that right leg extended. Drop your left hand down to the mat. Take your left foot, kick it a little bit over to the left. Keep your left shoulder on top of your left wrist. See if you can lift your right hand up to the sky. Right? We just came into a little modified side plank here. If you have to drop your right foot, drop your right foot. If you can keep it up, keep it up. Take that right hand, start to reach it towards the front of the room, and then bring it back up. Now, see if you can bend into your right knee and your left elbow. Your right knee and your right elbow, touch them together here. Extend them all back long. Right, do that twice more. Elbow to knee, extend long. Elbow to knee, extend long. 1 more time, reach those right fingertips towards the top of your mat. And then everything's gonna drop down. You're gonna drop your right hand down, drop your right knee down. You're back in tabletop. If you wanna shift it into child's pose for breath, do that, right? But we still gotta do all of that on the other side, right? So we're gonna come back into tabletop. When you're ready, take your left leg, extend it all the way long. So your left toes are pressing into the mat, feeling that calf open, right? We're doing this because we had that left leg crunched up. We did that last sequence. Now when you're ready, lift that left leg up to hip level. So your left toes are pointed towards the ground, left hip, left knee, all pointed towards the ground. Bend into your left knee, bring your heel towards your glute, and then curl that knee in, touch it to your left elbow. Extend it long again. All right, 3 more times like that. Bend, bring it in, extend. Bend, bring it in, extend. Last one, bend, bring it in, and extend. All right, now, this time we're gonna bring that knee in again, but you're gonna take it across your body, trying to bring that left elbow to your right knee, right? Sorry, left knee to the right elbow. So you bend into that left knee. As you bring it forward, it comes across your body, touching your right elbow, trying to keep your shoulders square here, right? Shoulders over the wrists, right hip stays over the right knee. Extend it long again, all right? See if you can do that 3 more times. Bend, cross the body, extend it long. Bend, cross the body, extend it long. Do it 1 more time. Bend, cross the body, and extend it long. Now as you extend long here, right? Now you're gonna take your right hand, reach it forward, right palm towards the right side of the room, or left side of the room, sorry. Right thumb up to the sky, pushing away from that with that left palm. So you're not using your left shoulder to hold yourself up, you're using your core to hold yourself up. Now, bend into your right elbow, bend into your left knee, touch them together into your chest, tuck your chin to your chest, watch them touch. extend long. Do that 3 more times here. Crunch, extend, crunch, extend. Last one. Crunch and extend. Now, keep your left leg up. Drop your right hand down. Kick your right foot a little bit over to the right. You can keep that left foot up. Keep it up, right? Take that left hand, bring it up to the sky. Come to this modified plank here. Reach your left fingertips towards the front of the room. Lengthen everything out. If you have your left foot on the floor right now, it's okay, right? But you're going to lift it up as we take these crunches. So you're going to bend into your right elbow, or sorry, left elbow, bend into your left knee. Touch them together. Extend it long. So our arms straight up right now. Let's do that 3 more times. Crunch, extend. Crunch, extend. Last one. Crunch, extend. Now reach your left fingertips towards the front of the room. And then drop that left hand down. Drop that right knee down. Come back into child's pose. Right, now we're going to bring it back up here into tabletop. As you come up into tabletop, let your hips go to one side or the other. Winging your legs around. Right? Now, you're going to bend into your knees. Take your arms long. Lay down on the mat here. Right? Now, your hands are going to stay by your sides. Right? And you're going to take your left leg, lift it straight up to the sky. Or sorry, your right leg. Lift your right leg straight up to the sky. Keep that left leg down. Right? Now, you're going to lift up here. Push into your left foot. Lift your left hips up off the ground. See if you can lift your left hips. Lift both hips off the ground. See if you can lift your left heel. Right? And then you're going to take that right leg, drop it all the way down till it's hovering the mat. And then pull it back up. Right? So the right leg's going up and down. Now, if you want to here, right? When the leg is up, we drop the hips, right? And then as you drop it down, you lift your hips. So it's like this. Right? If you wanted to keep your hips up the whole time and just move that right leg up and down, you can do that. All right? But we're going to do it 8 more times here. So drop the heel, bring it back up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now you're going to drop the heel. You're going to drop that right foot. Let's try that on the left side. So you're kicking the left leg up, right? So we lift up here. You push into that left foot, or sorry, right foot now, right? Maybe you can lift that right heel. If you have to keep the right foot flat, keep the right foot flat, right? Try it once with the hips lifted. Drop that left heel all the way till it hovers the mat, and then pull it back up. So you can stay here, or you can stay here, right? Or you drop down in between, right? So you come, drop down as you lower, lift up, all right? So we're gonna do 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, let everything drop down, bend back in to that right knee. All right, from here, take your legs straight up to the sky, both legs, right? So we're here. Now, your arms are gonna go overhead. So you're reaching back behind you, your palms are face up. What we're gonna do from here, you're gonna take your right heel, drop it till it hovers the mat. Now your arms are gonna lift up. Your left fingertips are gonna reach straight ahead, right? So they're reaching straight past your left leg. Your right arm is gonna reach up so that your right fingertips are reaching towards your left foot, right? Then you're gonna pull that right leg back up and take both arms back up overhead. All right, so now we're gonna go the other way. We drop the left heel, we peel up with the head and shoulders. Your right fingertips reach straight ahead. Your left fingertips reach toward your right foot. So both shoulders are lifted here, right? As I reach those right fingertips forward. And then both hands go back overhead, your left leg comes up. So we're just alternating here. Right leg drops, left hand reaches forward, right hand reaches towards the left foot. Take it back, arms overhead. Go the other way. Take that foot up, arms overhead. Okay, so we're just gonna keep alternating here. The lower you drop that opposite heel, the harder it gets, right? So if you're like, this is getting to be too much, I want to make it a little easier. You don't drop down as far with that foot, right? It could be here. If you can drop down nice and far, keep doing that. I just messed that up. You're going across the body. The one that was parallel with the body. All right, we're gonna do 5 more here. 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2. Last one here. 1, and 1. All right, now let everything come down. Take your knees, hug them to your chest. All right, so from here, you're gonna roll over. We're gonna come back into that tabletop, right? We're gonna revisit, right, those leg crunches we did earlier. We're gonna do them slightly differently now. All right, so I'm gonna face this way, it's gonna be easiest. All right, what I want you to do, instead of standing in tabletop, what we're gonna do here is tuck your toes under now. If you have to come back to tabletop and do this like we did earlier, you can, right? But we're gonna lift into a down dog. That means you lift your knees up off the mat and you center it back, let your shoulders travel back behind your wrists, right? So you look like this. Now this is not yoga, right? It doesn't have to be that perfect down dog like we do in yoga, right? Maybe your feet are a little further back and more weights in your hands. Maybe you're bringing it all in a little closer. It's easier for you to do with a shorter stance, right? That's all okay, right? You just want the basic shape. Now, you're gonna take your right leg and lift it up. Just like we did before, you're gonna bend into your right knee, you're gonna shift forward and touch it to your right elbow. So your shoulders come over your wrists as you bring that right knee to your right elbow. And then you push back, take that right leg back up, right? So let's do that twice more. Bring it in, take it up. Actually, we're gonna do it twice more now, because we're gonna do it 3 more times total. Bring it in, send it up, do it 1 more time, bring it in, send it up. Now, from here, we're gonna go across the body. So you're bending into that right knee, you're taking that right knee across your body towards your left elbow. If you can't get it all the way to your left elbow, that's okay. If you can, do it, right? Shoulders are over the wrists. Take it back up. Do that 3 more times. 3, 2, and 1. Now, as you come forward this time, right, I want you to kick that right foot all the way through underneath your left armpit. Let your right heel drop. Maybe you're staying right here, right? Maybe you gotta take that right knee and drop it. See if you can lift your left hand up to the sky. This little starfish. There we go. Now, take your right hand, left hand, drop it back down. Take your right foot, see if you can send it all the way back up, and then drop it down, back into your modified down dog. Let your knees come to the mat, shift to child's pose. Now, we still have to do that one more time. We're gonna do it on the other side. We're gonna flip around here. All right, and now you're gonna take yourself into tabletop, right? So first we wanna get into that perfect tabletop, right? Shoulders over the wrist, hips over the knees, hand shoulder width distance apart, knees hip width distance apart. Then as we tuck our toes and we lift into down dog, you can adjust, right? See where you end up. If that's not great, move your feet closer in or move them further away. Make it good for you. Now, we're gonna do all that on the left leg this time. So left leg goes up to the sky, you bend into your left knee. First, we just shift forward, bring your shoulders over your wrist, touch the left knee to the left elbow, send it back up to the sky. Do that 3 more times. 3, 2, yeah. And back up. Now this time, we're gonna start to bring it across the body. So you bend into that left knee, you bring it across, try to touch it to your right elbow. If you can't touch it to your right elbow, as close as you can, send it back up. Do that 3 more times. 3.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
2. Watch, she'll try to talk to me. Last one. 1. Now, hold it here. And then kick that right leg or left leg out. So your left foot's on the ground. Drop your right heel. If you can take your right hand up to the sky, do it. If you need to drop to that left knee before that happens, drop to your left knee. All right? And then from there, let that right hand come all the way down. Pull that left foot back through and up. Then drop it down. Now come down to your knees. Push it back into your child's pose. All right, when you're ready here, we're gonna come around, we're gonna come on to our belly, right? So I'm gonna come here to my belly. You're gonna bring your knees together. You guys can't quite see me. I'll kind of angle myself here so you can see me. And I'm gonna be in cactus arms right now. That means my elbows are coming straight out of my shoulders, and then my fingertips are reaching towards the front of the room. Let your head come down to the mat at first, right? Your feet are close together. My feet are touching, my knees are touching. And I'm gonna lift up here into a locust with cactus arms, right? So you're just peeling your upper body up off the mat. And then tighten up your quads. Your knees should come up off the mat. Maybe you can lift your feet up off the mat. Right? Just hold it for a breath. And then drop your elbows down, drop your feet down, drop your head down. See if you can do that twice more. So we're gonna lift up, shoulders, elbows peel up off the mat, head, then tighten up your quads, knees come up off the mat, lift your feet, hold everything for a breath, and then drop it all back down. One more time. Lift up, head, shoulders, elbows, and then tighten your quads, lift your knees, lift your feet, hold it for a breath, and then drop it all down. Now from here, see if you can take your arms out to a T. Right? I don't know if you guys can see. You kind of can. I'm at this weird angle. Right? But we're going to do the same thing here. Right? Lifting up, bring your feet to touch, bring your knees to touch. Lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. Lift your palms up off the mat. It's like your little Superman here. Your shoulder blades are kind of pulling together, but you're not sweeping your hands back. Then tighten your quads to your knees. Lift your feet. Hold it for a breath. Let it all come back down. All right, let's do that twice more. So you're going to peel your head and shoulders up, and then tighten your quads, lift your knees, lift your feet, hold for a breath. Let it all come back down. All right, one more time here. Lift your head and shoulders. Tighten up your quads, lift your knees, and then lift your heels. Hold for a breath. And then drop it all back down. All right, last thing we're gonna do here. Right, now, you're gonna sweep your hands back behind you. So your palms are on the ground, or the back of your hand is on the ground, your palms are face up. Your forehead's directly on the floor. I'm lifting mine up right now just so I can talk to you guys and I'm not talking into the floor. But we're gonna lift up again, right? This one's a little bit easier, but it's getting us ready for the next one. Right, make sure your big toes are touching, your knees are touching. Peel your head and shoulders up off the mat, reach those fingertips back, and then tighten your quads, lift your knees, lift your feet, hold for a breath. Come back down. All right, let's do that twice more. Lift the head and shoulders, lift the knees, lift the feet, hold for a breath, drop it all back down. One more time. Lift the head and shoulders, tighten the quads, lift the knees, lift the feet, hold for a breath, and then drop it all back down. Now, from here, right, you're gonna keep your hands back there. Right? Bring your chin to the mat. Or maybe if you can lift your head. So you're at least looking forward. You don't wanna be tucking your chin and looking straight down at the floor, right? Bend in to one knee, right? Doesn't matter which one. I'm gonna do my left first because it's by the camera. So you bring that left heel towards left glute or the right heel. And then you're gonna kind of peel your left shoulder up, reach that left hand back. See if you can grab a hold of that left ankle and pull it towards your glute. Now, do the same thing with the right. Bend into your right knee. Bring your right heel towards your right glute. Lift your right shoulder. See if that right hand can reach back. and grab both ankles. Now, if you've done this, right, and you're in this full bow, then you're really gonna pull your shoulder blades together, lift your knees up off the mat, everything comes off the mat that can come off the mat. Now, if you couldn't reach, if you can only reach one ankle, right, maybe you've got that left, but you can get that right, then you're here, you're still lifting your right hand up, still reaching it back, right? You've just got that right foot on the ground. You couldn't reach either, then you've got both knees bent, and you're reaching your hands back, and it's like this. All right, if you just have one foot, switch it, right? Switch it to the other foot if you're in that half bow. More breaths here. Half bow or full bow, one more breath. And then release everything, draw it back down. Take your hands to your chest. Push it back into child's pose. All right, now from here, we're gonna do a little bit more plank work, right? So that means you're gonna come into plank. It can be a modified plank if you want it to, right? So we're bringing the shoulders over the wrists, coming up off your knees if you can, right? So that your body's in one straight line from the crown of your head to your heels. You don't wanna lift your hips high here like we did in down dog, and you definitely don't wanna sag them down low, right? So you're here. If you need to do this on your knees, you're just gonna bend to your knees, let them come down. So see how as I'm in this modified plank, my body's still one straight line from my shoulders to my knees. Now, we're gonna do our plank jacks here, right? If you're on your knees, what you're gonna do, you're gonna take one knee, take it out, bring it back in, other knee goes out, comes back in. Now you can do it the same on your toes, right? One foot comes in, goes back out, other foot comes in, goes back out, right? Maybe you want to do the full jacks, which is hard on the knees, but on the toes, it looks like this, right? Jump your feet out, jump them in, jump them out, jump them in, right? So let's call this level 3, right? Level 2, you step one foot out, back in, other foot out, back in. Level 1, you're on your knees, knee out, back in, knee out, back in. So let's do that for 30 more seconds here, whichever version you're doing. Stepping out, back and forth, back and forth. More seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let yourself come down to your knees if you're not already. If you want to shift it all the way back to child's pose, do that. We're going to stay where you are. So on the hands and knees, we're going to come back into plank. This time, we're going to work our arms. All right, so when you're ready, you're going to come back up into plank. Now you can be down on your knees again this whole time in the modified plank. Doesn't matter so much here because we're going to move our arms. If you want to be in full plank, you've got your toes tucked, right? Either way, you're going to lift your right hand and just tap it to your left shoulder. Drop it down, lift up that left hand, tap it to your right shoulder, right? So shoulder taps. Do it from your knees, looks like this. You're going to do these for another 30 seconds. Again, whether you're on your toes or on your knees. Hey, how did you get out? 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, drop down to your knees. Let yourself come to child's pose. Now we're gonna get off those arms here, right? So when you're ready, pull it up into tabletop. This time, as we come up into tabletop, you're gonna let your hips swing one side or the other. Swing your legs around in front of you. Right now here, we're gonna do These are called V-ups. So I want you to extend all the way long on your mat, right? So your legs are long, you're gonna lie all the way down. You're gonna take your arms overhead. Now we're gonna pull up, this isn't like a roll up, right? Because we're gonna use our legs to help a little bit. You're gonna bend into your knees and your feet are gonna go on the ground. At the same time, you're gonna peel that upper body up off the mat and then tap in between your legs, right? And then extend those legs long, come all the way back down. All right, so let's do that 10 times. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, you're gonna lay all the way back down here. Now take your hands to your sides. So your palms are gonna be face down. All right, take your feet straight up to the sky. Listen like you're gonna step on the ceiling, right? This is like that waterfall we do at the end. Now we're gonna come into our hip pops here. So we're gonna do this to get the motion down. Then we're gonna put it all together, right? So you're here, your palms are gonna press into the mat. You're gonna tighten up that core. See if you can lift your feet straight up to the sky so your hips come off the ground. And then you take it back down, right? You don't wanna kick over your head. You don't wanna swing your legs, whoosh, right? You can swing way back there. You want them to go straight up. And it might not be a big movement. You might not even notice your hips coming up off the mat at all, right? And it's like this. And that's okay, because you're feeling that pull in your belly. You're working, all right? So when you do that 10 times, 10, 9, 8. If you do get your hips off the mat, it's important to control it on the way down. 5, so you're not slamming your hips into the ground each time. 4, 3, and 1. All right, now, lower your feet all the way to the ground here. Take your arms overhead at the same time. Right, so now from here, we're gonna go back, we're gonna do a V-up, right, like we just did. Bend, put your feet on the ground, put your upper body up, touch them between your knees. And then we're gonna lengthen back out. As you lengthen back out, your hands come to your sides, your feet go straight up to the sky, you put a little hip hop in there, right? Drop it down, take your arms long, or take your legs long, take your arms overhead, do another V-up, right? So it's V-up, extend long. Feet go up to the sky, hands go to the sides, hip pop. Feet go down to the ground, arms go overhead. V-up. Everything extends long. Feet go up to the sky, hands go to the sides, hip pop. Feet go to the ground, arms go overhead. V-up, extend long. Feet up, hands to the sides, hip pop. Feet down, arms overhead, V-up. Extend everything long. Feet up to the sky, hands to the mat, hip pop. Feet to the ground, arms overhead, extend. All right, so we're gonna do 3 more, right? We start with the V-up, extend, hands come to the side as feet go up, hip pop, feet come to the ground as the arms go overhead. 2 more, V-up, extend everything long, feet go up, hands come to the sides, hip pop, feet go down to the ground, arms go overhead. 2 more here, right? I might be losing count, it's okay. V-up, extend, hands to your sides, feet up, hip pop, drop your feet down, take your arms overhead. Last one here, V-up, extend everything long, feet go up, hands to the sides, hip pop, feet go down, arms go overhead. All right. Now from here, let's just roll to the side. All right, so I'm gonna roll here onto my left hip because that's what's facing the camera. Right. And I'm gonna extend my legs long. I'm gonna prop up on my left forearm, right? So I have my left shoulder right over my left elbow, right? My fingertips pointed forward. Now, if it makes it better for you, you can have that left arm all the way down and lay down on your left arm, right? Your right hand's gonna come in front of you. We're gonna move that left leg at first, all right? So you're just gonna lift the left leg up. You can let your right hand right along, a little harder. You can bring that right leg, that right hand in front of you, but the right leg is gonna move. I said left leg, I was lying. Right leg is moving right now, right? So here we go. You're just lifting it up and down. Do that 10 times. 2, 3, could look like this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Now, I said, you might have seen me adjust in the middle there. I didn't say this before. You want your body to be one straight long line, right? So you don't want your feet way over here. Mine were way over there, but they were a little bit, right? So I had to adjust them, get them in that long line. So you're one straight line from your shoulders to your ankles. All right, now we're going to do that again. This time we're going to kick the right foot forward. So you can keep that right hand in front of you. This time if you want that right hand to right along, it's going to go on your hip and you're going to go like this. If you're just taking that right leg, kicking it straight in front, bringing it back. Straight in front, bringing it back. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now bend into your right knee. Put your right foot in front of your left thigh, right? So your right foot's in front, that left leg is still long. Right here again, you can have that right hand here. You bring the right hand to your hip. You really want to flex into that left foot because now it's the left leg that's going to move. You're just going to lift it up and down, right? 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now let your right leg extend long. Now you can roll to your belly and roll to the other side if you want to, right? Because we got to do the other side. I'm just going to flip my legs around so I'm still facing the camera. All right, so now I'm on my right hip. And again, you can prop yourself up on your right forearm like this. You can let that right arm go all the way out long and lay your head down on your right shoulder, whatever feels better to you. All right, so for this first one, left hand either goes straight in front of you, or left hand comes along your left thigh. You're gonna lift that left leg up and down. 10, 9, so straight up, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now from here, you can either take that left hand in front of you, or you can let that left hand right along on your left hip. You're gonna kick your left foot forward here. So lift it up slightly and just kick it straight in front of you. All right, 9 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now from here, you bend into your left knee. Put your left foot down in front of your right thigh. Left knee's going straight up to the sky. You can have your left hand on your left hip, or you can have it in front of you. Really flex into those right toes so you get that right leg engaged. You want to feel it in your right inner thigh. We're going to lift that right leg here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now, from here, we're gonna roll onto our back, right? So you're gonna come around, lay on your back, and we're gonna do just a couple stretches here, right? So you're laying on your back. Pick your right foot up, and just put your right ankle on top of your left knee. Let that right knee fall out to the side. We're gonna come into an eye of the needle here. So you're gonna pick that left foot up. Start to draw your left leg towards you. The closer that left thigh comes to your body, we're gonna feel the stretch in your right hip. You can take your hands and interlace them around the left thigh if you want to. Kick your left leg up to the sky. You can drop your left heel to your left glute, wrap your hands around your shins if that feels better. In general, your left leg's your lever here, right? The more you pull it towards your body, the more sensation you're gonna feel in that left hip, in that right hip. Your left leg's your lever to get that sensation going in the right hip. Lessen the pressure off if you wanna feel less. Keep pulling it towards you if you wanna feel more. We're just here for 2 more breaths. Now you're going to release your hands, but keep your left foot elevated. Now just slide your right leg over so that your knees are crossing each other, right? Take your left hand to your right knee, take your right hand to your left knee, and just pull both knees in towards your body. Modified paper clip here. More breaths. Now from here, you're going to release your hands, keep your legs crisscrossed, take your arms out long, and just let both knees fall over to the left. Right, so letting that right foot come down to the ground, that left knee's kind of pressing down on the right calf. You want to take your left hand and press your right knee closer down. You can look over your left shoulders. Now we're twisting out that low back. Did a lot of work for us today. All right, now pull your knees back to center here, and then we're going to switch them out. All right, so you're going to drop both feet to the ground. Now pick up your left foot, put your left ankle on top of your right knee, left knee's going out to the side, pick up that right foot, start to draw the right thigh towards you. And you can take your hands, you can interlace them behind the right thigh, kick that right leg up to the sky, or you can drop that right heel to your right glute, wrap your hands around your right shin. The more you pull that right leg towards your body, the more sensation you're going to feel in your left hip. Find that edge for you. You definitely want to be feeling something here, but you want to be somewhere where you're like, I can't stay here for 2 more breaths. Listen to your body, it will tell you. All right, now release around your right shin here. Right, but keep your right foot elevated. Now take your left knee, just slide it on top of the right. So you're crisscross at the knees. Your left hand is going to grab your right knee still. Right hand grabs the left knee. Left knee is closer to your body now, right? So you pull those knees towards you. Just see what you feel here. All right, now from here, release those knees. Take your arms out long. Now you're going to drop your knees over to the right. You take your right hand, press that left knee closer to the ground, look over your left shoulder, let that back twist out this way. And then from here, pull those knees back up to center. Now you're just going to unwind your legs and kick your legs straight up to the sky. Take your hands to your sides, palms face down. So we're here in our waterfall, right? Our final pose. You can stay right here in the middle of your mat like I am. If you want to do it on the wall, just scoot your hip up against the side of your wall and then swing your legs up. You want your glutes to touch the low part of your wall. Every part of your leg is on the wall. And your feet are flexed with the soles of the feet towards the ceiling. That's like up the wall. If you've got wall space and it feels good, you can do that. If you don't, you can just be in the center of your mat with your feet straight up to the sky. Right? Still getting that same inversion benefit, getting the blood to go from the feet where it pools all day back to your head and your heart where you need it more. Naturally lowering our blood pressure, increasing our circulation, flooding the body with all those anti-aging, anti-stress hormones, setting our circadian rhythm, right? All the great things that happen when we get a little bit upside down. One more breath here. Just actually completely arbitrary, right? If you want to stay here a little bit longer, you can. Right? If you're ready to come out of it here after our 4 breaths, then you're just going to bend your knees, let your knees scrape along your facing body. Drop your feet to the ground. If you're on the wall, you're putting your feet on the wall, bending your knees so that the soles of your feet go to the wall. Then we can all roll to one side or the other. We'll push ourselves up. And that's our Pilates for today.
Okay. All right, thanks, Paula.
Great. So I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Yeah. So not on the day after Thanksgiving, but after that.
Would you like me to forward to you that email about the gyms that we received?
Yes, I would love that.
I'm pretty sure I have your email address. If I don't, I'll text you and get it.
Yeah. So yeah, send that to me, and then I'll send out an email later with the link to this class for anybody who wasn't here and outlining the schedule for the next couple weeks. All right.
Okay, great.
Guys, I'll see you soon. Bye.
Okay, have a nice Thanksgiving.
You too.
Bye.